My name is Katie Bosley, and I'm currently pursuing my MFA in ceramics at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln. I will be completing my thesis this spring of 2021. I'm originally from Clearwater, Florida, and began working with clay while attending the University of Florida. In clay, I found an incredible community and a material that challenged and excited me in endless ways. I aim to create objects with presence. I make porcelain vessels that engage with positive and negative space, as well as light and shadow. Symmetrical and precise, my vessels are striking at first glance and reward further inspection. By creating objects that are dynamic in this way, I hope to captivate the viewer and offer the opportunity for quiet observation. I employ the vessel as a way to invite the viewer in physically closer than they might engage with other art objects. With an interior volume to peer into or through, vessels promote curiosity and provide the opportunity to create dynamic interplay between layers. Rethinking structure and creating inventive interpretations of the vessel, I hope to combine the familiar and the unexpected. After making wheel-thrown and intricately carved double-walled pots for many years, my time in grad school started with a shift to hand building. Working with paper templates and molds, constructing slabs of different thicknesses and stiffnesses, and occasionally still wheel-throwing components, I combined different modes of making to develop a new form language. Did my love of detail need to manifest as highly decorative surfaces? Or could quieter surfaces, with attention placed instead on the precise contours of a well-crafted form, create the presence I hope to achieve with my vessels? As I worked through these ideas in the studio, more architectural forms emerged, and new sensibilities with the material informed my next exploration. When I was ready to return my attention to surface considerations, my approach became much more dimensional. Tile-like sheets became dynamic objects. Surface became more in conversation with form. Pattern and structure are now created simultaneously, often through combining multiple different building methods and carved elements. Carefully forming and carving my vessels by hand is important to me. The symmetry and precision carries significance specifically because the effect is achieved skillfully by hand. By executing a particularly challenging or tedious form or surface in this way, I'm making my effort and commitment to the process part of the conversation. It contributes to the sense of awe surrounding the object and makes apparent the passion and effort that went into the making of the object. These are some of the major ways I assign value to objects and approach my studio practice. My surface-based exploration took me other directions too. What other ways could thin strips of clay take shape? What if they were draped across frame-like structures? My newly developed confidence manipulating thin porcelain slabs combined with carved components in new ways. I work with clay because the malleable material responds readily to the maker's hand, while also providing construction challenges that keep my practice engaging. Porcelain in particular provides a pristine, smooth white surface that I can shape, carve, and refine to my heart's content. My clay is currently fired to cone 10 in reduction. This high temperature can cause warping and slumping, which recent shifts in my building methods sometimes employ. What before felt like limitations to the material, I now embrace. By weaving and draping forms with components left initially unattached and fused together later by glaze, the pieces allow for the movement that the heat of the kiln can cause in precarious porcelain forms. Whether through carving or other building methods, repetition is ever present in my work. The detailed surfaces I'm creating speak to the virtuosity of the maker and an investment of time and energy into the making process. I use symmetry and repetition as a mark of intention, showing that little or nothing is left to chance. The medium is controlled. all marks are intentional. Keeping surfaces white allows pierced components to contrast starkly, contours of quieter forms to celebrate subtlety, and light and shadow to bring symmetrical pattern to life. White surfaces also allow the pieces I make to respond to and engage with the shifting light in the spaces in which they exist. I work through many of my ideas by sketching, looking to both objects and architecture for inspiration. I'm in my final semester with my thesis exhibition just around the corner. My head is buzzing with ideas, and seeing my visions come to life in clay is incredibly rewarding. I'm hard at work in the studio, pulling from all that I've explored and learned during my time in grad school, bringing together a body of work that will propel me forward for years to come. Thank you.